Welcome to musicmovie.com, and today I'm here to say f*** major record labels. Yes, exactly what I said before. You really don't need a major label anymore to make a decent living off of your music. Now, I've talked about this several times, and I want to say this again. This is why I'm making this video. You can do this on your own and make a decent living. Now, I've told you the basic steps before in other videos. Start your own label, an indie label, your own thing that you own. Think of your name, buy the .com, make all social media pages in that record label name so you have them. And then if you get a logo, make a nice logo for it, trademark it. You can go through a lawyer to help you with that, or you could go on legalzoom.com. They have a decent service where they'll help you do stuff like that. Then start a corporation. It's cheap. You can even do an LLC if you're the only artist on the label. It's limited liability corporation, and it basically means just you. And you and your self are the business, and the difference between that and a corporation is that someone can, if it's an LLC, someone could sue you and it will affect your own personal assets, your own personal bank accounts, your house, even car, whatever. But if you're a corporation, it's totally separate from you. So if somebody tried to sue you, they can only sue your business. It won't affect your personal finances. That's one of the main differences. So do one of those, whatever you feel comfortable with. File the right paperwork in your city that you're doing business out of, which is simple. You can look on your city's website or call City Hall in your area and ask them what you need to do. It's extremely simple. You just generally get like a doing business as certificate saying that you're running a business in your city. And that's it. Then once you make the music, copyright it, submit it to ASCAP or BMI or CSAC if you're elsewhere, and that's it. And release it obviously through digital means, or if you're gonna get your own CDs manufactured or whatever. And it's as simple as that. I mean, there's other things also, like your artist or band name you'd want to trademark and stuff like that. But it's simple. You just got to do all the work. Promoting, marketing. But the beauty of this all is you can start slow and build. Slow and build. Build your fan base up. Start doing shows locally, then expand. Different regions, different cities. Keep branching out. Doing shows will build your fan base. Have a strong online presence. A nice website for your label, a nice website for yourself as an artist or band. Connect the two, like a link back and forth. And strong social media presence. Promote your music on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook Live. Like I said in a previous video, you can show yourself in the studio on Facebook Live recording, or you can do a small show and stream it on Facebook Live. Even a YouTube channel, you can stream on YouTube, do a live recording, and do a show, and people can watch it on YouTube. Don't forget about email marketing. Collect email addresses. I've said this before as well. At your shows, give something away for free in exchange for an email address. Have a little clipboard there, or have an iPad there, and people could type in their email address. I wouldn't doubt if there was even an app to collect information like that. So, just the point is, I want you guys to not really think and worry about getting a major deal anymore, because just learn about the business like I'm trying to give out info now, and take that and build your own empire, basically. Even if it's small, even if you're just making through your music, doing shows and selling music, a little bit of publishing here and there, 50 grand a year. That's not bad at all. Even 30 grand a year. You might still have to work a side job, but you're still making money off what you love. And if you're good enough, and if you're smart enough to get these fans and get this fan base built up, and you can start, doing your own shows where you're the headliner, where you don't have to sell tickets, or you don't have to buy your way into a show, and you're the headliner and they actually give you money that night, then that's when you start making a decent living, and it could expand from there. It just all depends on you, how much work and sacrifice you want to put into this. And you need money, you need a budget. And like I said before, if you don't have the money or a budget, don't really half-ass it. Save up. I know it costs a lot of money to some people to put out music. But just, if you don't have the right budget, just save. Wait another year. Especially if you're a young artist. You got time on your hands, which is great. But while you're young, try to get this music career going early. You know what I mean? I mean, the biggest costs are just going to be like, you know, the trademarking. I guess like the distribution, the digital distribution costs a little bit of money to get all your songs on like iTunes and Amazon and all that good stuff, Apple Music. But it's not horribly expensive. One thing that can be expensive, especially when you're starting out, is touring. But if you could get like a sponsor, or if you could start selling your shows out, then you'll get paid to drive further away or to fly somewhere to a different city. But local shows won't be so bad. It costs some gas money. You know, you might have to sell tickets at first if you're not an opener. Or some shows, if it's worth it, you might have to pay to get on the opening act list, which you have to decide for yourself if it's worth it. Is the opening act worth it enough where I might gain some fans by opening up for them, even though I have to pay a little bit? Use your best judgment on that. Some things are still lucrative, even though you might have to pay. Sometimes it's just a complete scam. You got to work with people you feel comfortable with as far as promoters and things like that. And, you know, you got to realize, being an artist and musician, nothing is really free. Nothing is really going to come to you free. And if it does, thank your stars, because it's rare. Everything is a business. Music is a business. And everyone is looking to get paid. Whether it's, I'm putting on a show, I'm going to have a major artist, and all these opening acts are going to pay to get on this show. Sometimes that's just how it is. It's business, nothing more. But you got to decide for yourself and pick the right people to do business with. But don't get all mad when people charge money for services. It's business. That's what it is. Just pick the right people that are going to have your best interest in mind. And that's a fact. It's a business. You got to understand that. Nothing is always free. You got to pay for shit. Just remember that. Think of the big picture. It's a business, but you got to invest your money right. Be smart. Go over the scenarios in your head. Get contracts. If you need contracts, you can download them. There's a website, www.musiccontractshub.com, and you download. There's a whole bunch of different contracts, like, you know, publishing contracts, music licensing contracts, things like that. You download them, you edit them to how you want them, like names and in the contract, and then you print them, and that's that. It's a great site. Check that out. But yeah, you necessarily don't need a major record label, especially starting out and getting big. Once you get big enough, they will come to you. I've said that before. And then it will be up to you to choose who you want to work with to become, if they're going to put you out there to major stardom. You can choose and go over with a lawyer what major label can put you out there. But don't worry about just, when you're just starting out, that, oh, I got to get this major deal. Do it yourself until they come to you. And even then, you might not even want to sign with a major if you're doing well enough. Remember that, okay? Now, I hope you like this video. Please like the video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And there's a bell right next to the subscribe button. If you click that too, you'll get notified when we put out new videos. And there's a whole bunch of links in the description below that could help you out as an artist. Check those out, and I appreciate it. I shall see you next video.